describe Michael Guthrie?
Michael Guthrie is the very definition of a pioneer. He's a master of his craft. I can't really compare him to anybody in any sport. He can do everything that everybody else can do, better and more than that. It's absurd to consider that somebody is so far ahead of the curve that he just, it's hard for me to put into words because there's nothing else to compare it to.
I'm tired of wasting my time on you people. People pushing, people popping up people. Bitch, apocalyptic living, it's evil. Bet you wouldn't do a thing, I'd defeat you. Tired of wasting my time on you people. People pushing, people popping up people. Bitch, apocalyptic living, it's evil. Bet you wouldn't do a thing. Shay Falsey, you a bitch. Ay, suck my motherfucking dick. Worst of the worst and deserve all the hurt that you feeling. I hope that you going berserk. Locked in your crib, you a wee little baby. Look, everyone hate me, nobody can save me. You acting like Scott, thinking it's your dough, but you're not. Delete all that shit that you talking. I'll come to your crib and I'll make you delete it myself. How you gon' fuck with the people who time after time were honestly helping you out? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, what you thinking? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, who you is. I'm tired of wasting my time on you people. People pushing, people popping on people. Bitch, apocalyptic living, it's evil. Bet you wouldn't do a thing. I'm tired of wasting my time on you people. People pushing, people popping on people. Bitch, apocalyptic living, it's evil. Bet you wouldn't do a thing. Back to the shit that I was talking about when I was writing this shit in the first place. People always talking, fucking running their mouth, but little Drippy always coming in first place. You a dumb bitch and you can't beat this. Got hounds on the beat, we working. We gon' blow up, I'll be living on the moon and I don't even think you're reaching the surface. Nah, you don't talk like that. I don't know what you be talking about. Everything fake that come out of your mouth. Blah, blah, you don't take it all back. The day that you see that you really are trash. The day that you really gon' be in a bag. I just wanna live in a way that we all gonna be alright. Finally someone I love in my life is becoming a part of my eye. Open the close and your doctor's been listening. All of my senses align. Man, cause we all on our grind. Yo, listen pussy, you'll be fine. Time to grow up and grow out of your bullshit. Time to grow up and grow out of your bullshit. Time to grow up and grow out of your bullshit. Time to grow up and grow out of your bullshit. Yo.
So that's Michael Guthrie. And of course, I had to sit down and have a chat with the man himself. Who are you?
So I am Michael Guthrie. I was born in Basehor, or not born, but I was raised in Basehor, Kansas. Grew up there, learned how to trick there. Spent majority of my life there. I've moved to different areas around Kansas. Even spent some time in Colorado and getting ready to move out to Vegas. So that's kind of like where my life is at right now and where I've been and where I'm headed.
When did you start tricking?
Started tricking 13, 14 years ago, like 9, 10 years old I started. Like kind of like a really terrible backhand spring and then started to move around onto like slanted gainers and then it kind of went all in from there.
Why/how did you start?
In martial arts, I had a bunch of friends that we had grown up with together. So I was probably 7 years old or so when I met these boys and they started coming to my dad's karate school. My dad ran a karate school. I started karate, or taekwondo, Korean taekwondo, when I was 3 and all the way up until like 8, 9 years old, 10 years old. That's when I started trying to do some flips with these boys. We were trying to push each other to do different kicks and things like land on a different leg. And then we found out about a documentary called Extreme Martial Arts, the XMA documentary on this Discovery Channel. And there were some other martial arts guys from this kind of like sport martial arts community that we had learned about, talking about tricking and what it was and what they were doing and where it goes. And they did like the slow-mo cameras and like did the x-ray on the body and it was crazy. So we were like, yes, let's do that. So we went out to a camp in Chicago where some of those guys had kind of came from and learned more and more about it and then kept pushing each other from there. And now 13, 14 years later, here we are.
Alright, well that leads on to the question, how has tricking affected you in your life?
Man, tricking is literally everything for me. It has like helped me just unlock my brain in so many different ways. I can like fully express my emotions through my tricks, and so not necessarily anymore do I want to chase like the craziest, biggest moves, but like the moves that really take my brain or like heart and put it out there on the floor. Like I love going out on the floor and just staring at the floor and finding out which directions I want to go, how far I want to go out, as far as like the radius of the floor with how much floor I want to use, and like just really putting my personality into the combo and showing myself through the tricks anymore. So why I trick is because it helps me reflect my personality. Like the clothes that I wear, the tricks that I do, and every way that I carry myself is all about reflecting my personality outward to everybody else, and that's exactly why I enjoy tricking.
What excites you about tricking?
I think the number one thing that really excites me about tricking is just watching someone, and especially if you know them and you know their personality, you get to see their personality through their tricks, and it's really cool. So I think that's my favorite thing about tricking, is the fact that it is literally like the definition of just watching someone's personality without talking or anything like that.
What would you like to see in the future of tricking?
A lot of these athletes have worked so hard and they deserve to be paid, and in the future, hopefully some of these younger generation of trickers will become paid to be able to do professional tricking. Maybe there will be a circuit of battles and they're traveling and getting paid to do that, or perhaps they'll do shows and travel doing a show, or just all these different sorts where they can make a living or a future off of tricking. So that's where I'd like to see tricking go, some of these younger generations being able to live off of it from a young age through on.
What would you say to somebody that like looks at tricks and they think that's cool, but like there's no way that they could be doing that?
I would say that tricking is literally for anyone and everyone. So if you see someone doing a certain trick and you really want to do that trick, learn it, see how you can do it, take time, spend years on it. You will learn it no matter what. I mean, it doesn't matter on your body type, whatever. You can lose weight, you can gain weight, you can get stronger, you can get weaker, your body can fluctuate. It's where you want to push your body to get to the point where you can do those things. I think everybody can learn to a certain extent of tricking. Like there's levels that are crazy up there that some of us will not reach. But there's also that general basic of everything where I think everybody, just about everybody, can learn, so long as they're somewhat athletic, those good amount of basics and become part of tricking.
How does tricking make you feel when you're actually tricking?
Tricking makes me feel really free. It's cool that I don't have to, I love talking and socializing with everybody at the session, but it's really cool to just kind of zone out and just pretend that no one's there, and it's just me and my brain and the floor. And it's cool to just kind of get all of those emotions out, whether it's anger or stress or whatever, and pull it all throughout the session. And by the time I'm done, whether or not I've had a good session or a bad session, I feel better, my body feels good, and I feel really accomplished.
What is tricking?
What is tricking? Okay, tricking is crazy. I really don't like when people say it's a mixture of breakdancing and martial arts and flips and kicks and gymnastics and cheerleading and whatever. Like, you can take all those things to kind of help on someone understand it, but really it's not like that at all, because tumbling or gymnastics, you go straight back and you pull, and the way that you set, it's all different. Like the way we swing our leg, we go at an angle, we look over our shoulder, like there's so many different things. It's somewhat similar, sure, and we do pull from other different sports to make some of the moves or pieces that we have, but really there's nothing more original than tricking. Tricking has grown from just the group in the community itself. Like we have all made these tricks. All these people have made all of these things. Sure, they've been pulled from other places, like I said, but tricking has just been tricking. Tricking was grown by trickers, and there was no judge or referee or officials or whatever to decide that this was worth a certain amount of points and this is how we're going to do this and this is how we're going to do that. I mean, if someone told some of the other trickers that this is how tricking was going to be, those trickers would say, no, this is how we're going to have tricking be. And tricking can just be itself. So it's cool that you don't have to feel like you have to boycott or do this or that or the other. You can just do whatever you want to do with tricking. So that's cool.
That's all I got, man.
Fuck yes. It's been real, motherfuckers.
cá, vem cá, vem cá. Quero te dar beijinho, vem cá, vem cá, vem cá.